Welcome back, students. So in this video we shall be doing exercise 2.2. So the first question is we're asked to find the value of the polynomial. So I'll write down the polynomial first, which is 5x minus, we're asked to find the value of this, okay, plus 3. The first question is we're at x equal to 0. So all we have to do is substitute the value of x as 0. So even this polynomial will change, okay, because we're substituting x equal as 0, right? So this will become 5 into 0 minus 4 into 0 square minus plus 3. So anything multiplied with 0 is 0, anything multiplied with 0. So the answer is 3. Now similarly, we're asked to find for at x equal to minus 1. So for p, now x should replace it with minus 1. So you'll get this as 5 into minus 1 minus 4 into minus 1 whole thing square plus 3. Okay, so equal to minus 5 and minus 4. And 1 square shall give you into 1 plus 3. Okay, so you'll be getting this as minus 5 minus 4 into 1 minus 4 plus 3. Okay, so the answer for this will be minus 6. Clear? In case some of you are confused why minus 1 square is equal to 1, then minus 1 square means minus 1 into minus 1, right? So minus into minus gives you plus, 1 into 1 gives you 1. So everyone clear with this? So in the comment section, write down what should be the value of minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. Okay, or in simple words, minus 1 cube. Give me this value. Okay, it's very basic, but I just want you to be clear with this basic concepts. Okay, and final is at x equal to 2. So we just have to replace the value of x equal to 2. So we'll be getting this as 5, replace it with 2 minus 4 into 2 square plus 3. So 5 into 2 will be 10 minus 4 into 2 square is what? 4 plus 3. Okay, so this will be 10 minus 16 plus 3. Okay, so see, you look at this. Even here, if some, like, go back to the previous question, if some of you are confused, minus 4 will give you minus 9 plus 3. Okay, so minus 9 plus 3 will be minus 6. Clear? Similar signs, you add them. So 10, this is plus 10 plus 3 will give you 13. Then what do you see here? Minus 16. So this will give you minus 3. Okay, clear? Even here the same thing. 2 square simply means 2 into 2. And 5 bracket 2 is the same thing as 5 into 2, which is also the same thing as 5 into 2. This all means the same, okay? Remember this 5, this full stop, in most cases, especially since we're doing with this, it simply means multiplication, okay? Don't get confused, but this is what it denotes, okay? In most cases, in case you come across any of this, I don't want you to be confused. Now we'll move on to this question. We're asked to find p of 0, p of 1, and p of 2 for each of the following polynomials. The same thing, you might be thinking the value of, for this given equation, the value of y is not given to us, right? The variable, remember, but it is already given to us. It's here, okay? Here, see, look at this, p of 0. So it simply means, p of 0 means that y, for our first equation, we have to find out the values for y equal to 0, y equal to 1, and y equal to 2, okay? Don't get confused with p of 0, p of 1, p of 2. It does not matter, okay? This p simply means polynomial, okay? It's a polynomial, okay? So see, p of y means polynomial in variable y, polynomial in variable x, polynomial in t variable, polynomial p in x variable. That's it, okay? So don't get confused. So for the first question, p of y is given as y square minus y plus 1. So we'll find out for y equal to 0. So p of 0 will be, substitute the value of 0 as 0 square minus 0 plus 1. So this will simply give you 1, okay? The next question is for y equal to 1. Similarly, just put p of 1 substitute it as 1 square minus 1 plus 1. So this should be 1 minus 1 plus 1. So this will give you 1. Similarly, the next question is y equal to 2. Okay, very simple. All you have to do is substitute it. That is 2 square minus 2 plus 1. So this should be 4 minus 2 plus 1. Okay, so now again, if you can avoid these steps, you should try avoiding. Okay, see, even for this plus 1 is 2 minus 1, and that's how I got 1. Here this is plus 4 plus 1, so 5 minus 2 equal to 3. Okay, now quickly moving on, we shall go with the next question. I'll quickly rub this. Okay, and then we'll quickly move on again. Okay, so for the next question is p of t, which is going to be equal to 2 plus t plus 2t square minus t cubed. All right, so we simply have to substitute in this question. Instead of y equal to 0, what is our variable here? Our variable here is t. Okay, so t will take 0, t will take 1, and t will take the values of 2. So when t is equal to 0, we'll get this as p of 0 equal to 2 plus 0 plus 2 into 0 square minus 0 cube equal to 2 plus 0 plus 0 minus 0. So your answer is 2. Similarly, for t equal to 1, you'll be getting this as p of 1 equal to 2 plus 1 plus 2 of 1 square minus 1 cube, which is going to be 2 plus 1 plus 2 minus 1. So you can first add this up. Okay, so it's going to be 5 minus 1, and your answer should be 4. Okay, next is t equal to 2. So you just substitute with p equal to 2. So you'll be getting this as 2 plus 2 plus 2 into 2 square minus 2 cube. Okay, so this will be 2 plus 2 plus 2 into 4. Now 2 cube means multiply 2 3 times, so you'll be getting 8. So 2 plus 2 plus 8 minus 8. Okay, so you can just add all the additions together. 12 minus 8. So the answer should be 4. Okay, now quickly we'll go with the third one. Okay, again we shall rub this question. We'll rub this. So for the third one, we have for x. Okay, the variable now is given x, so just replace it. So our given equation is x cubed. So this is rather a very easy one. So if x equal to 0, then p of 0 will be 0 cubed. So 0, no matter how many times you multiply, it will always be 0 only. Okay, then this will be 1 cube, so this will be 1. Now for x equal to 2, p of 2 will be 2 cube, which is equal to 8. Okay, let's go with the final question. Okay, you can just pause and then copy it down. Okay, but if you have understood it, then I think you'll be able to get it. It's quite easy. Okay, this is also very easy. You don't have to be scared of this type of equation. Okay, so the variables is x equal to 0, x equal to 1, and x equal to 2. Okay, I'll just, instead of making things complicated, we'll stick with what we know. Okay, so just substitute x with 0. Okay, 0 plus 1. So what do you get? 0 minus 1 is minus 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. So this bracket simply means 1 into minus 1 into 1. So this will be minus 1. Okay, now for x equal to 1, p of 1 will be 1 minus 1 and 1 plus 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0, and this will be 2. So this will give you equal to 0. So for x equal to 2, p of 2 will be 2 minus 1 and 2 plus 1. So this will give you 1 bracket of 3, which simply means 1 into 3, which is 3. Okay, that should be the answer for your question number 2. Now quickly moving on to question number 3. We are asked to find the zeros. Okay, so what we mean by zeros of the polynomial is, so before we shift, the zeros of polynomials, they're also called roots. Okay, so suppose you're given an equation like this. Okay, so the zeros of the polynomials means the value, what should be the value of x in such a way that your entire equation becomes equal to 0. Okay, what I mean by this is you should get one such value of x in such a way that when you substitute the value of x in that given equation, then your answer should be equal to 0. Okay, for example, you look at this. So to find out the zeros, we'll have to equate this as 0. Okay, and then what is p of x? This is x plus 1. Okay, so take plus 1 to the other side, this will become minus 1. So at x equal to minus 1, p of x equal to x plus 1, right? Now substitute x as minus 1. So we're going to get minus 1 plus 1. So your equation is going to be equal to 0. So the zero of the polynomial simply means that it is one such value of the value of x in such a way that when we substitute in this equation, the whole equation will become equal to 0. Now we'll do one more question. Okay, we'll do 2x plus 3. So the question is, what should be the value of x in such a way that when you substitute that x, your whole equation becomes 0. Okay, what value of x such that the whole equation matlab 2x plus 3 should be equal to 0. Clear? So we find it out by substituting it equal to 0. Now your p of x is 2x plus 3 equal to 0. Now if you take 3 to the other side, this becomes minus 3. And if we take x to the other side, 2 to the other side, it will become minus 2. So if we put x equal to minus 3 by 2 in p of x, let's see what our answers will be. Okay, p, remember we're substituting x equal to minus 3 by 2. So 2 into your p of x is 2x plus 3. Okay, 2 into minus 3 by 2 plus 3 cancel out. So you're left with minus 3 plus 3 equal to 0. So we can say that minus 3 by 2 is the 0. Okay, 0, you just want 0 of the polynomial. What is it? 2x plus 3. Okay, that is the 0, because when we substitute minus 3 by 2 in this given equation, our entire equation becomes equal to 0. Okay, clear with this? So quickly we shall move on to the next question, which is we have to verify the following. Which of the following are zeros of the polynomial? Okay, so the first is we simply have to see p of x is given to us, and in order to know if that it is the 0 of the polynomial, this equation should become equal to what? Equal to 0. Okay, so the first question, x equal to minus 1 by 3. Now substitute it here, minus 1 by 3. So what will you get? 3 into minus 1 by 3 plus 1. Cancel out 3. So you're left with minus 1 plus minus 1 equal to 0. So the first answer for this is minus 1 by 3 is the 0 of p of x. Okay, because our equation became equal to 0. Clear? Now the second equation is p of x equal to 5x minus pi when x equal to 4 by 5. So simply substitute your x as 4 by 5 in the given equation. You'll get it as 4 into 4 by 5 minus pi. So cancel out 5 and 5. So you're left with 4 minus pi, which is not equal to 0. So that means 4 by 5 is not the root. Okay, you can say it's not the root or it's not the 0 of p of x equal to 5x minus pi. Okay, you can just write this as complete your answer it as 3 x plus 1, right? Now quickly moving on to the third question. Okay, so your third question is p of x equal to, okay, p of x equal to x square minus 1, and we have to check for two values, x equal to minus 1 and x equal to 1. Okay, so let us check. So when x equal to minus 1, what happens to this? We just have to put minus 1 whole thing square minus 1. This will be 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. So minus 1 is, so, and when x equal to 1, let's see what happens here. P of 1 equal to 1 square minus 1, which is equal to 0. So we can say that both minus 1 and 1 are the zeros of p of x, which is equal to x square minus 1. Okay, now we shall go with question number 4, which is p of x equal to x plus 1, x minus 2, and x equal to minus 1 and 2. Okay, so when x equal to 1 minus 1, so p of minus 1 will give you minus 1, sorry, okay, will give you minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 minus 2. So this will just give you 0, and this will give you minus 3. So the answer is 0. Now what happens when it is x equal to 2? So p of 2 is going to be equal to 2 plus 1, 2 minus 2. So this is going to be 3 into 0. So this will be equal to 0. So what can you say? We can say that minus 1 and 2 are zeros of p of x equal to x plus 1 and x minus 2. Okay, now for question number 5, p of x equal to x square equal to x equal to 0. Very simple. Simply put p of 0, because x equal to 0, so this will become 0 whole thing square, which is equal to 0. So you can just conclude 0 is the 0. Okay, 0 of p of x equal to x square. Clear? Okay, so now I'll be trying to shorten it a bit. Ix plus m when x is equal to minus m by L. Okay, sorry, this is L. Okay, don't get intimidated by this. All you have to do is just put your L, your x is minus m by L. Okay, never get intimidated by numbers. They are simply numbers. Okay, so L, and you're supposed to substitute your x as minus m by L plus m. Okay, so just cancel out. So what you're left with? Minus m plus m. So what shall you get this as? 0. Clear? So even we can say that x equal to minus m is the 0. Okay, now 7th, it is p of x equal to 3x square minus 1, x equal to minus 1 by root 3 and 2 by root 3. Okay, so when x equal to minus 1 by root 3. Okay, don't get confused with this root 3 again. Minus 1 by root 3. These are just numbers. You don't have to be intimidated by them. 1 by root 3 whole thing square minus 1. So this will be 3 into 1 by 3 minus 1. Cancel out. This will be equal to 0. So see, I'll just write it here. Okay, this simply means minus 1 by root 3 into minus 1 by root 3. Clear? So minus into minus becomes 1. There are different ways to interpret root 3 into root 3. Can you write it as root 3 whole thing square? So if it's whole thing square, it will cancel out and you'll get 1 by 3, right? Or 1 by root 3 whole thing square can also be done this way. Minus 1 by root 3 into minus 1 by root 3. Multiply minus into minus plus. Root 3 into root 3 simply means take the whole thing root into 3, right? Because both are under root, we're able to multiply. So you'll be getting this as minus root 9. So you'll be getting this as, what is 9? 3 whole thing square, right? So you can cancel and get it as 1 by 3, okay? These are just basics. In case if you're confused, you can always go and watch some videos, or you can just revise this basics, okay? So the next question is when x equal to 2 by root 3, okay? So p of 2 by root 3. So 3 into 2 by root 3 whole thing square minus 1. So 3 into 4 by 3 minus 1 cancelled. You'll be getting this as 4 minus 1, which is equal to 3. So the conclusion is minus 1 by root 3 is the 0 for p of x equal to 3x square minus 1, but 2 by root 3 is not 0 for p of x equal to 3x square, okay? Now quickly moving on to the last question for question number 3. All right, which is question number 8. P of x equal to 2x plus 1 and x equal to half. Okay, now simply put x equal to half. What will we get? P of half will be 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1. Cancel out, so we get 1 plus 1 equal to 2. So half is not the 0, okay? It's not the 0 of p of x equal to 2x plus 1. All right, so now we shall be moving on to the last question for this exercise. So it's very simple. We're asked to find the 0, right? So we have already done similar examples. So to find out 0, what we have to do, we have to equate p of x equal to 0. What is your p of x? X plus 5. So x minus 5. Okay, that means minus 5 is the 0 of p of x equal to x plus 5. You're clear with this? Very simple, right? Now similarly, let's go with question number 2. The question is p of x equal to x minus 5. So just substitute p of x equal to 0. You'll get x minus 5 equal to 0. Take this one. So the 0 of this question is x equal to 5. Okay, you can conclude similarly 5 is the 0 of the p of x. Okay, now 3 is p of x equal to 2x plus 5. Simply substitute p of x equal to 0. So p of x is 2x plus 5 equal to 0. So if we take 5 to the other side, minus 5, and this is multiplication, so when you take it to the other side, this will go down to the denominator. Okay, clear with this? Now 3, we're done with 3. 4 is p of x equal to 3x minus 2. So simply substitute this. Now we have 3 of x minus 2 equal to 0. If you take 2 to the other side, you'll get plus 2. If you just want to find out x, right? So you just have to substitute it as 3, okay? Clear? So x equal to 3 by 2. 2 by 3 is the polynomial, is the 0 of the polynomial p of x equal to 3x minus 2. Now similar 5, p of x equal to 3x. So simply substitute as x equal to 0, 3x equal to 0. Now we need to find the value of x. So I want 3 to be out, so you take it down to the denominator. Anything divided or okay, 3 divided by 0, 0 divided by 3 is going to be 0. So that means the 0 of this given polynomial is 0 itself. Next question is p of x equal to ax, and it is clearly given that a is not equal to 0. Clear? See, I want you to understand this. Remember in the introductory video I told whenever you come across two alphabets, here x is the variable and a is a number. Okay, but we don't know what number is it, so we just give it an additional alphabet. And they're saying that the alphabet is not equal to 0. It's a number, okay? So p of x equal to 0. Clear? ax equal to 0, and we simply have to take a to the denominator so that x will become equal to 0. Clear? So the value of x is equal to 0. So 6, 7. Okay, just do not get scared with alphabets here. Okay, a lot of my students, whenever they'll be doing so well, but whenever they come across alphabet, they start getting scared. Okay, so it's just in your head. Okay, see, again in this question, the variable here is x, and c and d are what? They are real numbers. C and d is a number, but we just don't know what that number is, so we're replacing it with alphabet. So we are asked to find the given zeros. Okay, so this will be cx plus d. Okay, think of d as a number only. So what would happen if this was a number? If you take it to the other side, what happens? The sign changes, so this will become minus d, right? Now we want to find out x, so we have to take c to the other side, right? So since there's a glitch again. There was a glitch. Okay, wait. So yeah, we were in this question, right? The last question. Sorry about that. So let's quickly finish this up, wrap this up. So you have cx plus d, right? So you just have to substitute p of x equal to 0. Cx plus d shall be equal to 0. And if you take d to the other side, you'll be getting this as minus d. And you want to find out the value of x, right? Because that's how you get to know the 0. So x, if you take c to the other side, it will simply be as minus d by c. Okay, so minus d by c is the 0 of polynomial p of x. Clear? Is okay.